Welcome to Round 5 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 3rd. I'm Nicole Verdix, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Today we're taking a break from talking and complaining and obsessing, and instead shouting out things other people are doing that we think you'll find as useful or enjoyable as we do. We call this our Roundabout Roundup. So I've spent a lot of time on the road lately, and one of my most recent trips was about a 5-hour drive.
Wow.
And so, of course I love to listen to our podcast, but when I'm done listening to our podcast, there's still, time left in the drive. And
like 2,200 podcasts, Nicole. You
need to get into the back catalog.
Bet it's a long time since you've listened to those. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to shout out a new podcast that I've come across. It's actually not new. It's been around since I think 2019, but it's called Something Was Wrong podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically, stories about, people who have interactions or, experiences where they think that something's wrong, something's just not quite right. And it just kind of it tells a story of how, these people what their experience was and how, how things evolved and then what the end result was. So, and it, nothing like gory or it's not like a crime or anything, true crime podcast, but it's interesting the way, that the stories are told. And, so I've been enjoying those as I drive around all of California.
Lots
Terry?
of listening time.
Yes. What do you have?
Well, as we talked about on Monday, we now have a dog, and so therefore I can talk about dog products here. And
Yes.
When we were talking to the lady at the animal shelter, I mentioned that I know I had to brush the dog's teeth. And she says, oh no, there's dental wipes now. You just take this thing and you put it on your finger and then you put your finger in the dog's mouth and wipe their teeth down. And I'm like, well, that sounds like that could end badly, but sure, sounds better than them eating all the toothpaste off of the toothbrush and then refusing to open their mouth. Mm-hmm. So I went to Petco and got something called Well and Good Gently Clean Dental Wipes. They are, it says here, for dogs of all ages. Peppermint oil helps reduce bad breath.
Oh.
So you might want to just wipe your own tongue with one of these. It's like a jar of these little round wipes, and they gave me a flashback to antiperspirant pads that my mom used to use. I think that was before my time, but there used to be a thing. There would be a jar of these little pads that you'd wipe on your pits. In this case, we wipe them on the teeth. I've done it twice. She likes the smell. She likes the taste. She likes me rubbing her teeth significantly less. And so she will open up, but she will not, I have to do it real fast.
Right.
So not ideal,
swish.
but probably better than nothing.
Yeah.
Probably like, when you're too tired to brush your teeth and so you just use the mouthwash. It's probably kind of like that. And then also, when we brought her home, she immediately christened our yard by rolling around in some water that my husband had put out with a bunch of rotten leaves in it. So she then trotted into the house with her beautiful black hair all matted and smelling not good. And so when I was looking at the dental wipes, I thought, do they have dog, wet wipes? Mm-hmm. And indeed they do. It's something called... It's, again, Well and Good brand from Petco. Freshen Up Coats deodorizing wipes. And they look maybe like diaper wipe sized things. Mm-hmm. And you just can take those like little dirty patches that your dog gets from being out in the yard and use this on them. And it, will take all the dirt off of it and also make it smell, in this case, like cucumber and melon, which is kind of a weird smell for a dog, but, better than rotten leaves.
Right.
And
It's a spa smell,
Yeah, the way I had done it originally was get a wet towel and get her all wet and then dry her off, and then she smelled like wet dog. So this is better.
Yeah.
Cucumber and melon, better than rotten leaves, better than wet dog. So I'm going to try them. We have tried them once, and she seemed to tolerate it, and comes in a package of 100, so that should last 4 or 5 days, right? And you can, I'm sure, buy it so that they send it to you every so often. We bet your dog's a mess. Why don't you wipe her down now? So the 2 products from Well and Good we are trying and so far enjoying. At least the humans are. The dog I can't speak for.
Nice.
Good, thanks. How about you, Catherine? No. Yes. You.
Yep. Me. Well, as I think I've mentioned, I started a job recently at a library, and I am handling a lot of books and also rolling carts loaded with books and some of the giant, bins that the book returns get thrown in. Mm-hmm. So the rule is that we must wear closed-toe shoes. And also I'm basically the whole shift. I'm on my feet. I'm either standing or moving around. Mm-hmm. So I needed, decent shoes for this. But of course I'm also kind of cheap and I didn't want to spend. But anyway, many, I had bought a pair of Allbirds shoes. And these are like sustainable is their big thing. The ones I previously had are wool shoes that you can put in the washing machine. And they're just little sneakers. And so I wear those for the library, but as I mentioned, they are extremely old. So they do not provide any sort of support. But I still am on their email list, and I got a note that they were having a sale, which, get these things quite often. But seeing as how I was in the market for closed-toed supportive shoes, I followed the link, and I did indeed purchase a pair of the Women's Tree Flyers. So these are kind of a stretchy lace-up sneaker that has like a nice thick foamy sole. The fabric is made from eucalyptus fibers.
Ooh.
Not the sole, but the rest of it. Mm-hmm. So anyway, only certain colors and sizes are available at the sale price. But if you are in the market for such a shoe, I do recommend this brand, and this particular shoe is also very comfortable. So check those out.
Nice.
And that's going to be it for another week of Parenting Roundabout. If you missed any of our earlier episodes this week, look them up on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts to hear what we have to say about new pets, cleaning kids' rooms, and creative ways to spend time with our children. You can also find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/momitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we talk about. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday for a very special week.